Welcome to another travel edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. It's the Point Grace Hotel here in Turks and Caicos. Pool's down there. We are staying in the Sea Grapes Cottage, C104. Great little spot, great location. Hey, Karen.
Hello, Jeffrey.
I always let them know we're staying at the Grace Point Hotel and the Sea Grapes 104 Cottage. This is a cute little place.
You know what? I see the confusion because there are so many hotels with the name Grace in it. We are actually at the Point Grace Hotel.
Oh, thank you, Point
right?
Grace.
But there is a Grace Bay and a Grace Point.
Well, it's Grace Bay out there, right? That's
exactly.
what it's called, yeah.
So we are at Point Grace Bay, and this is considered one of the cottages. And it's really cute, don't you think, Jeffrey?
Yeah, well, yeah, really a full kitchen here.
Yeah, full kitchen.
You don't see this often. We stay in a lot of hotels, but it's kind of nice. We haven't used any of the pots and pans. I thought we would.
We
just make one dinner, but we didn't.
It's super old school, but we had no idea. There is a washer and dryer here, so before we check out, we will do a quick load of laundry, and we are checking in at the Ritz-Carlton next door up the street. So it'll be really great if you're interested in looking at both options. You'll get to contrast and compare. Price is about the same. This might be $100 or $2 less a night.
Oh yeah, it is.
But we're getting more amenities over at the Ritz-Carlton, specifically breakfast. And we'll try to add a video of the breakfast. But if we don't, I just want to say the breakfast here is very limited. I would give it on a 1 to 5. I would give it maybe 2 pearls. It was not really spectacular.
Yeah, and to their defense, Turks and Caicos, we've talked about this before. The produce, they don't grow a lot of things here, so they have to bring everything in. And us being plant-based, vegetables and fruits are tougher to come by. I'm going to do a quick scan outside while I'm over here.
Yes.
So there's a nice little sitting area out here, which is great. Let's see. And then you saw me come in, the pool is, and pool bar is right over that way, and the ocean is straight on out.
But the sitting area here is absolutely spacious and beautiful.
Great, yeah, I have my coffee out there every morning. It was great.
Gosh.
You want to pop open the doors to the bedroom?
Yes, so.
And then we'll rate everything, location and comfortability,
Absolutely.
all that good stuff.
I do want to notice, because I mentioned that it's quite costly to come just about anywhere here in Turks and Caicos. So for me, and because I'm here for you to give you the honest truth, the furniture's fine and everything's great, but I don't expect to see things like this when I'm spending, $600-700 a night or more. So that was a little bit of a for me. This is very old school plantation style, and so when we do compare it to the Ritz, which is brand new, you have to take that into consideration. I do love this old school plantation style. I love the feeling of the deck.
I do too, and obviously we're on Grace Bay, this is one of the top beaches in the world, so.
Absolutely. And as you can see, I love this little separate step up to the bedroom. But again, we have some wear and tear and dated furniture. And Jeffrey and I chuckled because the carpet clearly was stained on the other side. They just flipped it over because the tag's showing upwards.
So when we stayed here, obviously, so there's our luggage.
Yes.
But, the bathroom is nice and spacious.
Yeah.
And open that door, if you pop it open.
It's a great size closet.
The safe is in there, and you can hang all your stuff.
Yeah, there's a safe.
Plenty of room.
Plenty of room, plenty of hanging space, and they do have robes. One thing I'll note is Jeffrey and I have 2 different robes. One says Grace on it, and one says Point Grace, Grace Bay Resort.
Well, I like that because we didn't mix them up.
Well, I personally thought it was too mismatched for me. And again, when you're spending a lot of money, and I wasn't super keen on the robes. They're a little bit short, and they're not super luxurious.
But that's where you got a bathtub, which is always key.
There is a slipper tub, which I think is absolutely precious, right? So precious. And a really nice size shower. But again, and I just want you to know, and not to deter you because we've had a fantastic stay, but this is an older property. So you are going to see some wear and tear and, dark maybe a little bit of moldy spots inside the shower, and then, you know, on the outside here. It's just the nature of the beast when you're on the ocean.
Right, well, especially in the Caribbean.
On the Caribbean, in a property that's older, that's all. And I don't know the age. I do love both sinks. That's always a treat for me.
Yeah.
I will say on cleanliness, like you can't take the, you know, the dated furniture and, you know, put that into the cleanliness. Cleanliness is a category of its own. And the housekeeping here works so very hard. Our housekeeper for our stay here is Simone, and she's been absolutely lovely. And as you can see, we've stayed here. This bed looks like it's so perfectly made and tight, and everything was immaculate. There was nothing in any corners of the floors, even on the deck, because again, you're in the Caribbean, you're out in the ocean, there's bugs, there's spiders. They come through with a broom, and they really are very meticulous. The gardens and the grounds and the cleanliness, 5+ pearls. I can't say enough great about that.
So let's, you're getting ahead of me a little bit, but the location, so we're on Grace Bay, one of the best beaches on the planet, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that's gotta be a 5 pearls anyway, right?
5+ pearls. I mean, absolutely outstanding. And one thing that this little resort, and I'd say it's like a little boutique resort, these cottages are all part of the hotel. They're hotel rooms, they're not privately owned, but the building in the front that faces the ocean, those are all privately owned that I believe you can rent out on Airbnb, etc., and possibly through the front desk.
Yeah, I think it's great. We did a cocktail reception with some of the staff yesterday, and the gal up front was telling me that the cottages were her favorite. So we didn't get a chance to see the buildings across the pool area here, but I'm sure they're fine too, but this is great.
Yeah.
What do you got there, honey?
When we checked in, somebody does walk you over. I really enjoyed the fact check-in is actually in your room. So they walk over, they have you check in, they answer all your questions and tell you everything you need to know. And there was this lovely box, which we haven't opened yet because we wanted to save it for the video. And it is...
for the record, I didn't want to save it for the video.
Jeffrey did not. But I just thought, I love that kind of a touch. Oh, by the way, this is affiliated with Hyatt, which we had no idea, and most of the people don't. You don't get anything special for being with Hyatt.
Well, it's an affiliation. It's not really a Hyatt owned, right? Is that the deal?
But you would get...
What is in there? Oh.
So actually they told us that they were chocolate covered strawberries because...
No, he said cookies and strawberries, but
okay,
obviously it's just cookies.
Just the cookies, which Jeffrey will have to enjoy, unfortunately, because I don't know if they're gluten-free, but they do smell delicious.
Okay, so we did location, we did cleanliness. You kind of touched on the staff. The staff here has been incredible. The bartender out there, she's a sweetheart.
Oh my gosh,
the
bartender at the pool is phenomenal. She's beautiful and a beautiful person inside and out. The only issue that we, saw was initially there's maybe 3 or 4 guys who work the beach. And when we first got there, they didn't seem super excited to help us. And we gave them a small tip, really nothing to speak of. And I have to say, I don't know if that was it or if they overheard us talking, but they've been above and beyond, coming by and asking if we need anything. They bring in fresh water. So as far as the staff goes, it's 5 pearls. And the breakfast staff, how amazing.
So great, yeah, so great.
5 pearls all along, and the gal who's at the front, and then our guy who brought us over. I've not seen him since, but let me see if I can find his name because he was such a sweetheart. It started with an M. I can't recall.
Well, you can put it in the notes, that's
I'll put
fine.
it in the notes.
The grounds here are incredible though too, as I'm just looking out, just reminding myself everything is just so well maintained.
Very lush. There's lots of little lizards running around and birds, and it's really.
I saw dolphins down at the beach and the osprey this morning. You can see the video there.
Yeah.
Sleepability and comfort in the bed and quiet.
I'm gonna give all of that a 5 pearls. Would you agree, Jeffrey?
Yeah, last night, man, we slept so well. It was incredible.
Well.
Yeah.
Yes. And honestly, our particular cottage is close to the entrance, I've not seen or heard a person walk by, through here. They don't walk past our front door, and I think the way they set this up is really very luxurious.
Well, I said this morning, we're moving over the Ritz. I said one thing I'll miss is the quietness of this place. So the Ritz is a brand new hotel. It's much bigger. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic, as the Ritz always is. But this place is just really chill, really quiet. I've really enjoyed it.
Really enjoyed it, and I keep telling Jeffrey that May is a quiet time in Turks and Caicos, so I'm anticipating it to be equally as quiet at the Ritz, but you'll have to watch that video and find out. One thing I want to note, because everybody thinks about this when they go on vacation, when you go to the beach or when you go to the pool, do I have to get up at 5 a.m. and reserve a chair? Absolutely not, because Jeffrey and I will no longer stay at those resorts. It's just, that's not a vacation, and none of us should have to do that. They always have enough seats for their guests, and they made a point to let us know that.
Right, yeah, I do like that,
Yeah.
absolutely.
This is stunning. Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from the beautiful Point Grace Bay Resort in Turks and Caicos.
I'm gonna take one more scan outside the door here because it is so beautiful. The flora and the fauna here, it's really second to none. Across the street is where you check in. I say the street, but look, there's the bikes, we just took those out. But this is a street, but hardly ever used. Again, fantastic.